Hey everyone, it's me, Michael Anthony Giudicelli. I'm thrilled to be here with you today to announce the release of my brand new novel, 31st New Jersey. I don't want to make this a commercial about the book, but I did want to let you know that the book is now released, available online on all retail platforms, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, etc. So anyone who's read any of my books knows that I like to use real historical characters. I like to use people that I know and create characters around them. And I also like to leave some historical Easter eggs. See if you can catch this one in the chapter I'm going to read for you right now, chapter 39. Rushing around the tent, Gloria sought Dr. Riley, who was nowhere to be seen. Groaning men were draped everywhere, and the staff was on high alert. They knew that Hooker and Lee were planning their decisive moves today. For whatever reason, the two armies seemed to parry each other for 2 days before finally looking to strike the heart of the enemy. And this battle was no different. Medical staff prepped tools, sterilized tables and sheets, and gathered muslin to store those who would see their final day here in Chancellorsville. Grabbing a young man currently assisting a soldier who now only had half of one arm remaining, Gloria urgently asked, "Where did the body outside the tent come from? The man whose head was shot?" The young man looked blankly at her. How did she not understand that her description matched half of the bodies out on the field and more than a few still alive inside the tent? "I'm sorry, which man are we talking about?" he asked. Grabbing him by the arm again, Gloria rushed him to Lemmy's body. "This one. He's from the 31st New Jersey, my fiance's regiment. Who brought him in?" The young man scanned the field, having been on the receiving end of such corpses all night. "Must have come in with Burden's men. I haven't seen anyone else from this regiment." Gloria nearly collapsed, breathing a deep sigh of relief. She was at least reasonably sure that Niece had made it through the day. As she walked into the tent, a hand reached out to grab her wrist. The hand was attached to a man with clear blue eyes and sandy colored hair, whose face was scared and scrunched up. He was of slight build, and his hands were small, almost feminine. "Ma'am, ma'am, you asked about the sergeant outside?" Gloria put a reassuring smile on her face. "Yes. Do you know him?" "No, ma'am, but I was there. I'm with Burden's third. Sharpshooters, ma'am. I saw it happen." Gloria immediately snapped to attention, wanting the full report on what had happened to Niece. "What happened? Was anyone else in the unit wounded?" "Just me," he said, turning his head toward his mangled left arm. "But I'll be okay. There was, I don't know, something out there, ma'am. Those men from New Jersey weren't supposed to be there. When we got those Rebs in a crossfire, they ran into the New Jersey unit. Ma'am, there were just a handful of those men. Couldn't be more than 5 or 6. Suddenly the woods lit up with fire from their line. I mean, I don't know, 20 shots in a few seconds, ma'am? There's no way those boys could have reloaded and shot that fast. 10 Rebs killed in a few seconds? What was that, ma'am? What caused that? Was it God? Was it the devil?" Gloria allowed her eyes to close, imagining Niece having to make the incredible choice to pull Casey Jandro's pistol and use it in defense of his life and the rest of his men. Things must have been bad for Niece to have to do it, but it assured Gloria that he was okay and he was still out there, somewhere. No, it wasn't God or the devil. It was just the 31st New Jersey, the Screaming Eagles. That's all. The man looked over at his arm. "I'm going to be okay, right, ma'am? I have a family back in New York City. I want to get back to them." Gloria checked his wound, which had been dressed and sterilized as best as could be done. "Yes, soldier, you'll be fine. You're going to carry a nasty scar, but you'll be going home soon to see your family." "Good, good," the man said earnestly. "I haven't seen them in 6 months. My wife is pregnant with our second child. I have a boy already, ma'am." Gloria, seeing the litter bearers approaching from the south, needed to get to work. There'd be plenty of dead and dying men's stories to learn in the coming hours. "You just rest now. There are more men coming in," she said as she pushed the hair from his forehead. "What's your name?" The man smiled, happy to finally be talking to someone who cared enough to take the time to get to know him, and not just his regiment number. My name's Padraig McCarty, ma'am. All right. So, do we know who Padraig McCarty is? And will he show up in the book again? Well, hint, yeah, he will actually. And he may have been in there a little before that point. But this is a book outside of the Back to Billy series, although it does borrow Niece Brown as the main character, who was just introduced in the last book in the Back to Billy series. You can find the book, should you like to, and I would like you to. You can find it on Amazon or any of your other online book retailers. And here's the Amazon page: 31st New Jersey. Today is the official release date. You can order it and it'll ship essentially right away. And I would really love for you to do that and also to give it a review. If you're into history, time travel, Civil War, romance, and you've got an interest in the Billy the Kid universe, I think you'll love this one because there is one more very key character who is involved in the entire book, and he has deep roots and connections to the Lincoln County War. That's right, little Jimmy Dolan. Jimmy Dolan was actually a drummer boy in the Union Army, and this 12-year-old version of Jimmy Dolan in my book is a drummer boy in the Union Army, but he won't stay a drummer boy for very long. So find out what happens to him, to Niece, to Padraig, to Gloria, and everybody else in 31st New Jersey. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Thanks so much. Have a great day.